Hi, what I want to talk to you about today is when taking care of your loved one at home in hospice care, how important it is to make sure you have enough help around you to give you the support you need to make that an easy a task as possible. So I can't express enough how important this piece of it is because you cannot do it alone. As much as your heart may be huge and your willingness enormous, one person cannot do it. Even two people is challenging. You need to get as many people as possible to be lending their support to you. And the best way to make that happen is to keep a tablet nearby so that whenever a need arises, you can jot it down. And it doesn't matter who could or can't do the job, just that you know that you need this is something that would really be helpful to me. And when you make that list, then when people do reach out and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this has happened, and let me know what you need," you can actually you can put into concrete form those needs, and that offer of help can now be translated into real life physicality to give you support. So it's really important because burnout is not just possible, but it is most probable. And just because you just can't do it around the clock. And for my sister, it did require around the clock care, whether you're monitoring medications or you're, you know, scheduling hospice nurses and aides and whatever may be happening and necessary, that you're making all that happen, as well as, feeding and changing if that's necessary, and bathing and keeping company and giving your person you love the love that they need, as well as the care, the physicality, the physical care that they need. It's really important, I think. Well, it's just as important, of course, to be able to be present for them in ways that they need, like even just conversationally. And if you're burnt out because you're working too hard physically, you're not going to be there for them. When maybe they just need to have an ear to listen to them, or just to sit with them and be quiet. Maybe you're just too exhausted to do that. So you want to avoid that. And here's a way to do that. Make sure that, like I say, you keep a tablet nearby, so whenever the need arises, you can then record it, write it down. And then when people call to ask, you can really say, well, here are some things that I've thought about, and these things would really help. Pick one, pick whatever you want, or pick none. But these are the things that we need. And it really helps the person also. It doesn't just help you, help the person you're caring for, help the family around the cared for, but it really helps the person that wants to help. Because saying, let me know what you need, actually gives, it's nice thing to hear, well, thanks, let me know if you need anything. That's another job for the caretaker. Oh, what is it I need? Who can do that? But if on the giving end of things, when someone is trying to give to you the support that you do need, if you actually say as the giver, here's what I can do. I could make a meal. Let me know if you want vegetarian or you have any specific, food requirements. I could come over and walk the dog. I could take the kids out for a couple hours. I could, whatever it might be. But if you're real clear and offer ideas, explicit ideas about things that you can do, it really does help the caretaker in a big way. So both ends of those things, as an offer for help, be explicit, and really as the caretaker, keep your list going. Don't be afraid to ask for things. Be brave. Yeah, these are things I need. Pick one. Like I say, pick one, pick none. But these are the things that can help me. So it takes a village. It really does take a village, and a small village to make caretaking all that it can be, a loving experience, a sacred journey you're taking with somebody. And if you're too burnt out because you're trying to do it all, you're not going to be there for the person you love. And that's what they need most of all. They really want most of all your love and attention, So make sure you're not overdone with just taking out the trash and doing those things that someone else can actually do for you, so that you can sit with someone and even just sit holding their hand and being still with them, um, or being present to hear what their wishes might be, or whatever it might be, whatever's running in their thoughts, in their minds, And so make sure you take that heed that advice, because burnout is actually almost it's going to happen if unless you have everything set up ahead of time. And for most people, this is a first time experience. So you learn by doing, you learn by falling down and picking yourself back up. So I'm trying to prevent you from falling down too much. And so keeping your strength, and by asking for other people to lean on, who are more than happy and willing and want to lend you that shoulder of support, that arm of support. Take it, be ready for it, make your list.